Okay, guess I am live. So, welcome to the stream, everyone. Today I'm gonna start a new project. There used to be a color picker for GTK 2 like a long time ago that I really liked. And now there just seems to be a lot of really crappy loaded nonsense. So instead of using all that, I thought I would write my own. And in doing so, I'm interested also in enabling hot reloading of C code. So basically, what I want to do is have the window open and edit some C code and be able to reload without closing the window. So I think that's going to be a pretty fun thing to work on. So let us begin. Um, Now, I'm probably not going to use GLFW and all that stuff for now. I think I'm just going to try to use Raylib properly this time because I'm still a little interested in seeing how it goes. But reading the documentation, I'm still not 100% sure that I'm sold. I tend to like to have a little bit more control than it seems Raylib provides, but for just drawing and stuff, we'll see. It should be okay. So yeah, I guess the first thing to do is to well, we need two things. We need a build.sh and a main.c. So, um, we need to include gitraylib.h. I'm not 100% sure actually. Um, I believe it's just raylib.h. And then we do this init window, a screen width and a screen height. Well, we'll probably play with this a bit, but to start with, we'll just do a 640 by 480 window and a title. Color picker. And then we do a while not window good close. Begin drawing. This might be completely removed, to be honest, at some point, but we will see. And end drawing. And then in the middle, we're going to want to do a clear. Let's just make some space in here. Clear background. And I don't know, let's try this dark purple color. It's predefined. And we will do a little bit of raw text. Now, actually the draw text function, how does that one just work? I feel like I should like maybe open, I don't know if like opening the Raylib header is like the best. I've got this folder here. Where do they put the include files? That's strange. That's, okay, sure. Draw text. Draw text, so position X, position Y, font size, color. So do 320, 240, 32, call it for the font size, I guess. And if we're doing dark purple, maybe try this one. We might just have to use might have to just use a nice white or something, but anyways, for that one to begin with. And now we need to write a build.sh quickly, so Don't really care about, well, whatever. No, I'm not gonna specify that. I don't really care about that. Dash wall. And probably fine for those to start with. And then a dash L raylib. And hopefully that will just give us everything we need, but we will see in a second. So you should see that dash O, color, picker, main.c, C flags, LD flags. I'm gonna have to oops. So we built it. There wasn't any errors linking or anything. So I open this and do a color picker. There we go. That is not the kind of dark purple I was expecting, and also this is a little too small, but we will shift this over a bit. So instead of that, we'll go through 160. I should make this bigger. I kind of don't want a square window, but I also don't want a 16:9 window, so actually I want to swap this. I want the window to be oops, like rectangular probably, though I'll probably end up playing with that. So 240 maybe, and then 480 still, and then this can be a little bigger, like 48. I guess I shouldn't edit that there because you can't see anything, but sorry. So I'll try to be that. Make sure I keep that in the correct place so that people can see what I'm doing. Yeah. So that's our little window. Now we're gonna change a bunch of stuff about this, but what I want to do first though is actually get the hot reloading, so I don't ever have to close this. To do that, I believe it is DL load, deload. What is it called? Dynamic. It's like DL. What is the? That is the header. What are the functions called? DL open. So that's what we want. So we're gonna need to include this for sure. It's the first thing to do. So if you don't know about this, DL open is basically the way that dynamic libraries should be should be used, not how they're basically used now, which is to just save basically zero space and make a pain in the ass when you try to copy a binary between systems. But what DL dynamic libraries let you actually do is it allows you to open a library at runtime and then look up symbols in that library and call those symbols all at runtime. So using this, what you can do is you can write a little bit of a helper file that's going to get compiled as a library, and then you call into that library at runtime. And when you change that library, you just reload it. So yeah, let us start doing that. So to do that, we're going to have to make a separate library. Not going to be this main program. So we're going to open another file here called colorpicker.c. This is where we're going to put all of these functions. For now, I don't even need to include anything in here. I will just make a little function called who knows, do New color picker. Sure, why not? Seems like as good a function as any. And for now, we're not even going to take any arguments, though we may have to pass in some static data from the main program. But first of all we're going to do is move. Maybe this whole thing can get moved into there. Let us see. Not 100% sure, but we are going to try it. So then we will have to open the build.sh and add. So actually this one's going to need to have the old include lib.h as well. And then we need to have a second build step here that's going to be C flags. I'm going to run this from the command line first just to see. So it should be like CC. I don't really care about the rest of these flags for now. Shared and color picker .c. What will that give me here? Probably need to do that. Undeclared call to function. That doesn't make any sense because let's just do one of these for now. You can see that, right? Just do a set x and we'll just run the old build.sh. We'll just copy this. Possibly I have to just do lib colors, lib color picker .so, and then we can just do dash shared color picker.c. Call to undeclared function. Why would that be happening when it has the header? I need to do like a separate build step for that one. Perhaps I should just look up. It should just work. So cc-shared. Color picker.c -o. Why does that not work? Like, do I need to do a separate step and just compile it separately, maybe? What? And how on earth was this main one just building fine before if that was the problem? Okay. Dash shared dash o lib color picker dot so dash f pick, even though this is not really necessary. Is it just because of this same name here that's doing weird things? No. That is really weird. I'm not sure why it's not working properly. cc-c main.c just works. You definitely should not need, and there's like no. What? I have no idea. Don't even ask me. I have no idea why that's happening. I am completely baffled. It's like, did I not? Maybe this was just not saved. I don't know. That's possible. So, anyways, off to a good start. C flags. LD flags. So that shouldn't really be necessary. Maybe, maybe not. Let me just see. Probably I do need to like just link. Probably I do need those to be honest. So let's just do that. And then you don't need to see that window. So now when we do this, when I can't build that one, but we can build this one. Yeah, so that just worked. I need to disable, I need to get rid of the set X. That built fine. And it produced my lib color picker .so here, as you can see. So we're gonna take that name and we're gonna go back to the main file. And we are gonna do that. Save that one. Mode. Okay, so mode, there's not that many symbols. So mode decides like if So since the library just has its own symbols that need to be resolved as well, if there's like a ton of them, it could potentially be slow. So you might want to use this lazy flag, which will only resolve them when they're actually needed. But I have like we're not using a ton of stuff here, so I think just this is gonna be perfectly fine for my purposes. Now I probably want to make a separate function for this. And we want this to be, let's call it load library. I'm going to want to call this multiple times. I already know that. So I don't know if we have to keep like a handle around for this. Probably we do. I'm actually not sure. um, yeah, okay, so you do need to keep it open for the whole time. So I'm gonna have a static void pointer lib handle that's gonna stay around for the lifetime. So we'll do a lib handle equals dl load dl open lib, and the mode we're going to use here is this one. Oh, this is interesting actually. Mode parameter should be a bitwise inclusive or with one of the following. Any other executable object file. I don't think we need to do this because I'm not loading any other libraries. So I think I just want this rtdl local rt load local. So the return, if a file cannot be found, cannot be opened for reading, is not of an appropriate executable object file format. Yeah, I'm not sure what we should just do in the... I don't want to use these types. I want to use my types. So I'm going to actually make a separate file here because I might want to have some helper functions that are shared between the libraries anyways. So we're going to make that one. In here, we're going to include standard int.h and standard def.h. And then we're going to, for now, just type def some stuff. So int 32t I32, do int 32t 232. I think Raylib likes to use double for a couple things. I'm gonna do that. And need to make sure we get our signed size parameter, signed size type. And for now, that is probably just fine. So we can do this. Turn to -1. At the end of this, we'll return 0. But before we do that, we also need to. So we actually need to get a reference to this function. To do that, you use dlsim. So get the address of a symbol from a symbol table handle. So for now, I think we're just gonna have a single entry point. If I decide to change that, I will do something more fancy, but well, this is gonna be probably want to type def this. So type def, now it's just void pointer do color picker. That takes a void. Do color picker function, sorry, because this is a name, so I want it to be clear that that's the name. So then what we can do, this is not a keyword, oops. You can do one of these, do color picker function, pointer, do color picker. So we'll do a little bit of this now. So we'll do color picker, oops, is equal to dlsim lib handle, and then literally this name as it is. Which, by the way, is why C linkage is good. So if C++, this would be mangled and you would have no idea how to just look this up. So that's why we prefer C linkage anyways. And then dlsim is going to be the same thing. She'll return. Well, I'm not even going to check dlsim. So if dlsim just returns, even say here, no. On successful completion, if names a function item for dlsim. Otherwise, dlsim shall return the address of the data object associated with the data object identifier named by name, converted from a pointer to the type of. That is some spaghetti. If handle does not refer to a valid symbol table handle, or if the symbol name by name cannot be found in the symbol table, dlsim will return null. So we'll just use that. We'll just make sure that the program will just segfault in that case, which is fine. I'm not going to try to handle that. I mean, maybe it's not even if handle does not refer to a valid symbol table handle. So really, I don't even need to check this, and I don't need to return an int here at all. If that's invalid, then we'll just crash. That's totally like that seems reasonable enough to me, to be honest. So let's try a load library to initialize the first one. And we called that lib name. And then in here, we're going to call our doColorPicker function. Yep, that looks good to me. So let us build. Oops, I did one too many. Actually, I don't think you want this. I think you just want this. That actually built fine. Yeah, it did. Now we'll try to open our color picker. Hey, so cool. So now at runtime, we are just gonna be picking up this library, and so yes. Okay. Well, let me write the rest of the code first. What we want to do now is some code from some of my other programs where we're gonna check if libcolorpicker.so has been updated or not, and if it has been updated, we are gonna reload it. So let us do that. Let us put that in util, though. Yeah, realistically, I don't know if I really need that, but yeah, I don't really know if I need that function to exist in here. So until I need it, I think I'll actually not put it there. I'll just leave it in this file as well. So let's do static get file time, static. What's the time spec? I think it's, well, stat.h is a better place to look for that. Sys.stat.h is what it's called. It's a time spec modification time. So I might just yeah, let's just, for now, I'm going to type def that. Oops. So let us do this. Oops. File time. Get file time. And that is going to take a const char pointer name. And then what we're going to do is we're going to need to include some of these guys. Okay. Then we need a struct stat buff. What's it called? Probably stat buff without an underscore, maybe. Sorry, it's right. No, it's just a stat. Struct stat. Oops. Stat buff. And then we're going to go ahead and do yeah, it's fine. If turn values. Oh. Just want to know what the return is. Thank you. These functions should return -1, so if stat name and stat buff less than 0, return file time 0, return sb dot, let's cast this to the file time, even though, well, that sb dot what's the field called? Modification time. And then we're gonna have a static at 32. At 32, sure. Pair file time. And this is gonna take a file time A and a file time B. Probably all these uppercase. File time. Okay. Plus a dot tv nanoseconds plus b minus b dot tv nanoseconds. All I really compare about here is a difference, so I don't really, not that one should just be compare file time, and this should still be get file time. Search and replace is a little bit too zealous. So file time last time updated time is going to equal get file time libname, and then on each iteration through our loop down here, we are going to do file time test time is equal to get file time libname, and it doesn't, the order of this makes completely no difference at all, but and so yeah, if the times are different, so basically if compare file time test time updated time, then we're gonna load the library and we're gonna store updated time equals test time. So that should do it. Let's close that. Unless I make some typos. Yes, I did mean updated time. Okay, there we go. So now we can open our window here. Open on the wrong screen, sorry. We got our window. Now what we want to see happen is, can we hot reload? So are we going to say fault if I go ahead and change this color to gray? Hey, would you look at that? Pretty cool. Oops. Ah, there's a nice segfault. Nice. So now I think one of the problems is actually I wonder why. I wonder about that. Can I actually run the program in a debugger and see what the problem is? Oh, well, no, actually, that doesn't matter. It just means that it couldn't find the file. Is it the library that's segfaulted, or is it the program that's segfaulted? It's good call, good question. I might want to just like not build.h, build.sh. So for this one, I might not want to build with like the same make a separate libc flags is going to be equal to not, I'm going to get rid of the O3, I think, but I don't know. For now, I'm just going to do O0 and see if that is what I'm thinking is happening, but so, and then also we need this, I don't really need this position independent code thing, I don't think, but it's probably default. And then lib ld flags are going to be ld flags and shared. Okay, so let's go ahead and build that guy and restart this window. So yeah, that was what we wanted to show up, but I change this color to white. Huh, interesting. I wonder why that particular thing is gonna segfault it. So let's do this, and so changing this, it doesn't seem to matter, right? Now that's gonna segfault too. Interesting. Why didn't it segfault the first time? See, there's like this problem with Raylib that basically it has like some global state, and that's why I was dynamically linking Raylib. Um, but yeah, that is the case. What am I gonna do about that one? Well, let's try. Should try just running this in debugger and seeing where it's well, because I guess yeah, it could crash in the library, or it could, and the bugger should be able to figure out if it's crashing in the library or not. I'm gonna assume so. Um, open the old build.sh here. Change this to OG. I want to do here. I have a GF2 binary there. So we are going to just run for now. There's our window. And we are going to close that one and edit this color to be gray. Well, and edit this color to be green. Good. Now it doesn't want to say fault because we're running in the debugger. What a good time. Just a second. Yeah, so why is this not seg faulting in the debugger now? It could just be the optimization flags. Yeah, because I did just turn on the switch those, so let's just close that for now, and it can leave the debugger open. I'll just move it to a different window for now. Let's open the build.sh and let's try setting these to like, I don't know, 02. Yeah. Color picker. There's our color picker window. And if we go over here and I change this to black, well, we'll see if the old seg faulting shows up again. Oops. Yeah, who knows? I don't really know why that's sometimes deciding to seg fault and sometimes not. But so that's pretty cool. Let us take the win on that one and commit that. Take the win, as John Blow would say. So we're gonna actually commit this code so that I can actually remember to upload some stuff for once, so people can access it when I'm done. So yeah, let us do this. And we want to add build.sh, colorpicker.c, main.c, and util.c. We're gonna do a git commit. Git, I don't need to look at the message. Start doing the thing. So, cool. Now, load our color picker. Now we want to actually do something interesting, right? Hello world, who cares? Now, usually, what does a color picker have? So a color picker will have like a circle with like a color wheel, and it might have some sliders and some text input, and stuff like that. So how do we want to do that? What should be the first thing? I guess like the first thing is to just try to get started drawing like a circle and stuff. Oops, not that. I want to open the actual file. So in our color picker, what we want to do is, first things first, also I wonder if I should just move I feel like I should move the begin and end drawing calls to the main loop. And keep all this stuff in the library. That might make more sense. Though I don't think it matters particularly much, but it just might be a bit more clear what's going on here. So but those were double indented as well because I just copy pasted. That's okay. Those are gonna get deleted probably, so who cares? So I'll have to close this and reopen it. What's happening here? Oh, because yeah, changed something there that would make that not work, so that's okay. Yeah, whatever. That's fine. There's our little hello world. So what do we want to do next? Next, we want to go to Raylib cheat sheet because I haven't, oops, need to open that again. That was my bad. Need a better, that is not helpful. Need a better method of managing the chat, but I will figure that out a different time. I'm not particularly worried about it right now. Yeah, so we need to go back to the old Raylib cheat sheet, and we need to start doing some of these draw calls. So, draw FPS. That's fun. Does draw FPS do? I mean, I could guess what draw FPS does, but this is completely useless because it's just frame limited to 60 FPS. But we'll just have some fun anyways. So, I wonder if it makes sense to maybe start passing in some like global information here. So like the window size, we can like query the window size in this function or in this program, but you know the window size is kind of like state that, well, so like right now we can't even resize the window. So actually I don't even know if I want to be able to resize this window, to be honest. It seems kind of irrelevant to do that. So once I have like a better size just picked out, probably it's going to be fixed. So yeah, probably we just want to um, pass in some global data into this function. But for now, I'm just gonna stick with the hard-coded values here that we know about. So we're gonna draw it. Now I want to make sure. I don't know. I actually don't know where the coordinate system is based for Raylib. I think it's the bottom left corner. But we will just try now by just doing 0, 0 and seeing where 0, 0 shows up in the thing. So, nope, 0, 0 is the top right corner. And I was pretty sure this was, oops, sorry for the flashbang. I'm pretty sure this was just v-synced, but apparently it's not v-synced. I should probably do that so I'm not gonna like accidentally, we can leave that for now. Let's just add maybe some padding here, so like maybe 10, 10. There's another save fault. Interesting. I wonder like why it'd be nice to, get that to happen with the debugger. So maybe I should just run it in the debugger and have it tell me when it's seg faulting. That would be nice. Let's do it that way. Yeah. So there's that. I do want to well, I have to enable vsync outside of this. I want to do it in this draw function. Let's do 2020 maybe, and just see if this will seg fault it. Did not seg fault it. Good. Who knows what that's about? Let's enable the vsync. So I don't want to just be wasting a ton of CPU or GPU just doing that when I'm trying to encode video at the same time. So vsync. This is actually, I don't even know if you can. There's like set window state. Maybe let's look at the raylib header. Set window state. Okay, that's not gonna help. I need to actually look at the function for that. Well, yeah, so this is that global data I'm talking about. I'd like to be able to check what the flags were. I don't even know if that's defined in here. Releasing. I know I could just I know I can literally just call what's it called? GLFW swap interval, but I would rather I'm using raylib, I should try to use raylib. There's like flag vsync hint apparently. Let us, this is gonna go here probably before vsync. Apparently there's like set config flags rather than set window flags. I don't know. Yeah, so this is maybe different. But you should be able to change their runtime. So I'm not sure, but that's fine. Set config flags, flag vsync hint. So we'll have to build that, we'll have to close that and go back here and run it again. There we go. So now we're not wasting a ton of GPU just doing nothing. I mean, not that I've dropped any. I've missed like a couple. I've missed 0.1% of frames from rendering lag, so that should be fine. I don't think I really missed anything. So that's fine. Now we've got that going. I don't know how to increase the size of the FPS counter. I could just, I mean, I could draw it like myself using draw text, so it'd be a bit bigger, but I don't think it's like that relevant for the stream. I was just curious about it. So, yeah, what we're gonna want to do is actually pass this data in from the main program probably. Um, yeah, that is, well, we'll deal with that after. Let us start drawing some stuff. So I'm thinking like a color picker. I probably want to have like a circle here and then values down below, sliders or other such values below here. So let's just start trying to lay out some of that stuff. So we're going to do a clear background. Some of this stuff is going to be like configuration. Probably going to be like global configuration in here. So the Raylib has like these color type. I don't know if I'm going to use their color type necessarily. That's probably not the best way to figure out what the color struct looks like. Probably rcore dot raylib.h. It's like literal, but clitoral as it actually it says right here in the source code. I want to know what like the type def is. It's got to be like yeah, there we go. Yeah, gross. Why did they do that? Why did yeah, that's really weird. I don't know why he defined all this stuff like this. Um, you know, usually it's better if you had like you had like this be in a union and this would be like like this should have been really this should have been type def union struct this stuff with uint32t or since they don't seem to want to use fixed width things, it'd be unsigned int RGBA. But in this order, it would actually be opposite. It would have been a BGR. Which is a bit annoying. That's how it's being handled, though. Actually, this might even be not exactly. No, it would be this. It would be literally this. That is not how they've defined this, though. So, I guess I just got to deal with it. So I will just use the Raylib definitions. See, these are things we're going to want to get the color picker working so we can just change it. So maybe it's not even worth rat holing on this just yet. Probably we want the color picker thing, and then we can tweak the appearance of the window so it like looks nice. So let me, what am I thinking about? So let's draw the circle. Draw the circle and then draw the squares. So let's draw a circle, center position. So want it to be in the middle of the window. So the window width right now is 720, so 360. Some of these need to be like fixed at some point. Maybe I should. Uh, yeah, let's do this. Let me just make this a little bit easier when I go to fix this later. So let's have a struct. This is actually going to be in the. So now is a good time to just include the utils.c. And we're gonna not utils.c, util.c, and we're gonna say we're gonna have a big old struct here. And it is gonna be, well, for now it's not gonna be so big, but it has the potential to get big. So let's call it color picker context. And this color picker context is gonna have let's just have a couple more types here. I don't know why I always miss the middle letter when I'm typing, but I do. So, anyways. With height X, Y. Is there any other names that would be useful in here? Probably not. For like a UVec 2, and then U32E. UVec 2, UV2. This one is gonna have a UV2 window size. And what else? So for now, probably we don't have anything else that needs to be passed in from the um do we want to hmm use the good old colliteral? Um This is gonna be annoying to me. I can already tell. Also, this doesn't need to be a global variable. I mean, not most of this doesn't need to be global variables, to be honest, but I mean, having it defined in main is basically the same thing as having it be a global variable, but anyways. I don't really like this. I'm just gonna call it context. I don't like that name, to be honest. And the name doesn't matter. Then when we do the do color picker, we will pass in the context. And we will have to reload this in a second here. Oops. Jump to those ones. Just a little bit of the old semicolon. This is one problem with doing this is that's fine, to be honest. And then color picker context, this type needs to be modified to take a color picker context pointer. Cool. So close this guy. I don't even know if I should have this window open, but that's fine. So we're just running it in out of the old. Alrighty. So that is looking good. Now we can go ahead and use some of that data. So we want to draw a circle at context dot window size dot width over 2 context. Let's do this a bit differently. Oops. Sure, you whatever. Oh, and we actually already determined that this is the top corner, so this should be like a quarter, which is dividing by 4. That's better. Then the radius, well, the radius, kind of want it to be like maybe 75% of the window width. Something like that. This might be like too, we might have to adjust some of this stuff. And I should like cast this. Not that it particularly matters. And then for the color, we will start by just making it a nice red for no particular reason other than I said so. Yeah, cool. So Well, that is correct. Yeah, so as I thought, that is gonna be, oh, the radius. The radius can't be, half the radius could be like that. That's still gonna be like maybe, uh, is that too big? I'm not actually sure. So yeah, it's probably a little too big to be honest. So maybe like 0.3 of the width. Something like that is possibly gonna work. Um, I'll have to like see as we go along. So, man, I'm like really liking this hot reloading C. Let me just say, how did I not know about this amazing ability before? So, let me think here. What do we want to do? I also am gonna want to have like some. And the sliders are gonna be a little weird. Well, also annoying thing about this is like you can see it's like I can see the like this circle doesn't have enough samples. It's got like some like rough edges. I don't know if there's like a way of smoothing it. Oh, I don't know. Oh, also we can do it. That's fine for now. Um, draw a circle sector. Draw a circle V. Circle lines. So I do want to actually draw this as an outline. So let's do that one. But the one thing that's a little annoying here is that it doesn't actually let you specify the line width. Yeah, that's annoying. Huh. I'd like it to let me specify the line width. You can set texture and rectangle to be used on shapes drawing. Well, that doesn't help me at all. Um, maybe draw ring. Inner radius, outer radius, start angle, end angle. What are like these segments? Oh, and segment. Oh, okay. Segments might allow me to do this like more smooth. Okay, so let's try the draw rectangle or draw draw ring lines. Um, the draw ring lines takes the vector to center. So we have to define this as a vector too. And actually, that's going to be floating point. That's a floating point vector. So now I'm debating if I just want to retype def. Yeah, like this is kind of annoying to me. um, I'm not going to. I'm gonna make my own, because if I write any functions where I want to do math and stuff on them, I don't want to use the raylib stuff. So we're gonna do this. Oops, struct f32 xy f32 e and vector to our vector. Yeah, like raylib vector. This should be all. This is all completely allowed. So we will do this. So we're gonna have a v2. Circle center, which is going to be equal to this. Okay, and oops, f32 radius is going to be equal to this one. Yeah, cc dot x times 0.6. And then, so ring lines is going to take that center. So we're going to do cc dot rv. And then we're going to do inner radius. Is this going to be the inner radius or the outer radius? Let's actually try this differently. So let's do this, and then we're going to do a 0.5 times this, and a outer radius will be 0.6 times this. And then start angle and end angle as floats. Are they in radians or degrees? No one knows. I'm gonna try degrees first, though who knows. The number of segments, let's just start with like a few, like very small, just so it's visible. So we'll do like 8, just to see if that actually does what I think it does. And then we'll do the red, and then we'll comment this one out. We're not using that. Undeclared identifier, CC, what? You mean? Like, oh, you know what I didn't? Do this on my other window. Okay. Yeah, so anyways, I will close this in a second here so that I get that fix of mine. Oh. Huh. So that's weird. Let me just reopen this. So I wasn't expecting this line here, to be honest. Make that a bit bigger and yeah, I was not expecting that line, so that's not ideal, to be honest. Actually, I wasn't expecting these line segments at all, to be honest. I was expecting it to be solid. Okay, so that's a bit annoying. So I don't. Let me see. Is there like circle, sector, circle? Uh, let's try circle sector and see what that one does. So this one is not no good. Should I draw circle sector? And that one still takes the same center, and then it takes the radius. I'll just leave this. Start angle, end angle, the segments, and the color. Okay. So that's good. So that will let me draw like a circle with as many segments as I want. So right, if I want it like nice and smooth. Let's do that one. Perfect. That one looks good to me. And then what you probably want to do is do if I want to do like over like what's it called, like an inset, so this would have like a border, so I could define like a border. I would do this, and then let's say it doesn't matter for now, we'll just make it black as well. So that's how we can get that sort of effect with like the border. So even this would be even higher, like 5.8 or something. So yeah, that works kind of like how I'd expect it to do. So that's nice. I don't know like anything underneath about how like Raylib is doing stuff, but so cool. So that's a start, and then let us probably some of this stuff is going to get pulled out to like separate functions. So this will be like draw picker circle or something. And then we'll have another thing down here, which is going to be so we're going to have a couple different inputs and sliders. Maybe let me see, because I'd actually like to be able to like pick some colors and just change some stuff at runtime. Or at least like give me the ability to just copy paste some stuff into here at runtime. So perhaps I should just well, no, I will leave that for that part for tomorrow. So for now, I'm just gonna draw like maybe some rough outline of where I might want to put some like RGB. And I want to have like a option for HSV and like other color spaces as well. so let's do that. Yeah, so how do we just do this? So we're gonna need to keep track of like how much window space we're using. Um, this hello world is gonna go away. Let's put the hello world in the middle of the circle for now. Um, draw text. Does draw text have like a vector so I can just use it the vector position? I don't think it does. That's a little annoying. Well, so be it. Um, man, like Raylib's like good until it's not. Yeah. So okay, fine. So be it. We have the it's window size dot width um maybe and window size dot height over 4. It's the center point. So it's gonna be hard to get like this text stuff centered wherever you want it. Um, However, that's okay for now. Let me do some rectangles. So we want to I guess there's like two things here. We need so color picker usually has like a color thing that you can go and click around in, but it also needs to have like a place that just displays the color and compares it. So probably what I want to do is split this window in half and have the top half be occupied by this circle and maybe some bars. I don't really want the bars there. I kind of want the bars down here. Like I said, this window width might need to get like changed. So we might need to like shrink the window down a little bit and then have it just be like longer wise or something. Um, I'm gonna want to draw like some filled rectangle here. The filled rectangle is gonna be slightly annoying. I might have to start looking into some of these more advanced functions in Raylib, but for now, we will do the old draw a color filled rectangle with what? Oh, okay, so you can actually like do like the actual hard layout of the rectangle versus just drawing a rectangle with the size at a certain point on the screen. Um, let's just draw some like bounding boxes. So basically there'll be like a text, it'll be like RGB and then like a rectangle and a rectangle, a rectangle, and those will be sliders. And then the other side will just be the value in either, I haven't decided yet. It could be integer, it could be float. It doesn't particularly matter, I don't think, but we'll see. So let's just say for now that the window's split in half. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna take the window size dot y divided equals 2. And we need to remember to add that to any positioning we're just doing. And then there'll be like some padding and stuff as well. Now, yeah, so what we're going to want to do is then, okay, so yeah, so then what we're going to want to do is divide this into the window width into 3 sections. So first we're going to take some padding off the edge. Let's say window size dot width times equals 0.9, let's say. This would all be better if I could just use, I think I can just use vector. So let's do that instead. This would all be a lot better if these were vectors. So let's take this one and do, so this one is going to be times 0.9. This one is going to be divided by 2. This isn't going to be a circle center anymore. This is going to be a subregion. Don't do that for now. So subregion and subregion. Okay. So out of the subregion, we want to do. Yeah, let's also just say V2 starting position. Is going to be equal to subregion dot x plus 0.05 times window width. Let's put this here. And then same thing with this. We want this y to also have some padding, so let's do this as well for this one. So I think the rectangle vector doesn't say where the corner just is, so I assume, yeah, I don't know. I should draw like a line across the middle of the screen so I can have an idea of what's going on as well. So let's just do that. Well, let's just move this out. I don't keep doing that over and over again, even though it doesn't really matter that much. So let's do this, and then here we're gonna do a draw line vector. So v2 start is going to be equal to dot x equals 0, dot y equals this. And v2 end is going to be equal to dot x equals this. Don't really need to like explicitly cast here. And dot y still equals this. The draw line vector is going to be start dot rv and end dot rv. And a color will just be blue. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I don't care. I do not care about that warning. So, okay, so that tells us where the middle of the window is. It'd be nice if this could have like some thickness. Draw line EX is actually what we want. Then to do that. And then we'll do okay. And it's too much. I mean, this is completely just for debugging, but anyways. So yeah, so there's that. Now, let me see here. So yeah, so we've got our starting position. Now we know where this is. Now, assuming this shouldn't overlap, I don't think it will. We can just do some basic. Let's just do a draw rectangle V. I'm gonna have to look at the racing thing in a second here. But that might be like tomorrow's work. So let's go up here and just delete this comments. Getting ahead of myself, but anyways, so we're gonna do this. We're gonna do rectangle V, so position, and then for the width, yeah, we want the subregion. Let me subregion dot x, and dot y is gonna be equal to and the color. I don't know. We'll make it a green rectangle to begin with. I want to see what the sky blue thing is. So dot y, that is gonna be debatable, but for now, let's say that it is just 0.3 times the sub. Well, yeah, it can't be 0.3. Let's go like 0.15 times the subregion y. And that is why I have a union with the vector. Oh. Oh wait, no. wait, what? That is not where I'm expecting that to start. Starting position. X should equal subregion X. Oh, no, sorry. This should have just been this. Okay, so that's where that should have been. And then this should have been this part. Oops. Should have been this part plus 0.05. That is what I was meaning. And also this shouldn't have been a width, this should have been a height. Yeah, that is more of where I was meaning for that to go. So let us change this color to, what colors do we got? Maroon. It's not maroon. Hello? Beige. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I like that. So probably we don't want to do that. We want to make this like a bit more like 0.1, maybe move it down a little bit. And then let us the size is a constant for all of these guys, and then we're going to draw a couple of these. But between calls, we need to adjust the starting position. So dot y is going to plus equal size dot x plus some padding, not size dot x, size dot y plus some additional padding. Possibly plus this. Yeah, it's looking okay. Looking all right. I mean, not anything like crazy perfect or anything yet, but it's a good start. But like what I want to do is just like divide this into three, divide those each into three, and also let me just see. Can you the rounded rectangle, I think you can't just you need to use like an actual rectangle for the rounded rectangle. So that is what I'm gonna just be using, but long term, but for now I don't want to deal with the Raylib rectangle type just yet. So this is starting to look all right. Probably I need to leave some more space at the top for having like some sort of color space selection before the sliders is my guess. So it could also go after the sliders. Hard to say. Let me just start by moving this down for now, and we'll see about that later. Let's make this 2.5, and then we'll leave that space for now. So yeah, cool. This is pretty good, I would say, for just quick start tonight. So let me see here. So we've been streaming for like almost 2 hours, so it's probably a good time to stop for today. So let me just go over what I've done. So basically, I wanted to make a color picker, so we're gonna use Raylib for that. Now the main cool feature that I really wanted to try out and is working amazingly is the hot reloading. So this whole time, most of this time anyways, this main window has just been running in this main program here. where we have been hot reloading. So basically what we do is at startup, we go ahead and we load this library. So this color picker is compiled into a shared library, which I've just called libcolorpicker.so. It could be called whatever. It doesn't really matter. It's compiled into this shared library. And then at runtime, in this loop, window loop, we just check if it's been updated. And if it's been updated, it's been recompiled. There's a new version of it available. We go to this load library call, and we, oh, so part of the problem, okay, right. I was supposed to be doing a DL close call. That's one thing I forgot to do. Not in this one, but in here. Probably, what, can you pass DL close of null? Does it crash if you pass it null? Yeah, I don't care. So it doesn't crash if you just pass it null. So here, excuse me, we will just get some water. So if the old one exists, we'll just close it first. It should be the handle, I think. Yeah, it should be the handle. So that could be related to the crashing, though I'm not sure about that. Probably we're just using a bunch of extra memory doing nonsense. I don't want to look at top right now. I mean, I can show you top, but Firefox is a broken piece of junk, so you're mostly going to see Firefox, as I suggested. Firefox is a garbage program, and you should feel bad if you work on Firefox, to be honest. So it's hard to say if this, so it's just this one. It's just this bottom one. Hard to say if we're just like leaking. We're probably leaking some memory every time we just reload the object file, but it's like really tiny, so it's hard to say. That's okay. So anyways, now that will be fixed. We'll just close this before we go ahead and reload it. So yeah, so what was I saying? So at runtime, we go and load this library if it's been updated. And the way you do that is you use DL open. It's going to give you this lib handle if it was successful, and then you use this DL thim to look up symbols in this handle that DL open just gives you. So right now, and probably for the whole time, I'm only going to define this single entry point. Later on, I might have other functions up here, like they're just all going to be local to this library, though. They're not going to be like exposed. They're not going to be like externally callable. And yeah, so we go ahead, we find this file, this function in this handle, and we assign this function pointer. So right now, I'm just storing this as a global function pointer that just exists forever, and then I've just type defed it so that I could have this name be a little bit more descriptive, though realistically I didn't really need to do this. I could have just had like static void blah 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 instead of this, but whatever. So at runtime we just assign that, and then in the main loop we just call that with this context struct. So this context struct right now doesn't contain that much information. I have a feeling that later on it's going to contain some stuff such as like the background color, like some theme information. Excuse me, and what else? Probably mostly just some theme information. And I'll probably think of some other stuff as we go along. But for now I just pass the window size in. I can use that at runtime. So yeah, that is looking good to me for tonight. Let me just recompile this and reload it. I'll load it here. Doesn't really matter. Just to make sure that the DL close stuff is working, and we will go ahead and search and replace this beige with some other color, such as, like, I can define my own color. I'm just being lazy and using the Raylib built-in constants for now. Let us use brown. Okay, well, anyways, so as you can see, that works. Let us use not brown. Let's use don't want to use the yellow. The yellow's like really ugly. The orange is probably pretty ugly as well, but we'll have a look. Oh yeah, the orange is bad. No good. No orange. I don't know why I chose to edit this, but that's fine. Oh, oops. Orange, change, gold. That's like also awful. Sorry, Ray-san, but your default colors suck. Okay, good enough. We will leave it at that. Yeah, that's pretty cool, right? Basically, we're not even having to restart this window. We're just reloading it at runtime. And everything that's being drawn in here can just be edited at runtime and redrawn on the fly, which is really cool for anything that's like doing any sort of, graphics, animation, anything. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Geez, my voice is going. Tomorrow we'll come back and we will actually start splitting this up and adding some sliders and maybe adding some gradient and a picker and stuff. Choosing some different things. So yeah, that is that. We will take the win and add these files. I should just add .c star.c, but anyways, get CV. Yeah. So what are we doing? Start laying out the window. Cool. Yeah. Oops, I'm gonna fix that. And amend it because I have not pushed this anywhere yet, so I do not care. That's a bit better. No more random, useless, empty white space. Yeah, I will make a repo for this and push it to GitHub, push it to my website. And cool. So thanks everyone for watching. I see I've got like a couple viewers now, so I'd be totally happy for you guys for everyone who's watching to return tomorrow. We'll be doing some more work. But otherwise, we are gonna find someone to raid, I guess. Let's see who is live. Well, John Blow is live, but he is playing some games. I don't know if anyone's like streaming anything interesting though. As usual, no one really streams C or other interesting languages. Like, I'd read someone who was streaming like Jai or like, uh, assembly that or stuff like that. But yeah, I'm not really seeing this person is C++. I'm not a big fan of the old C++. So let's take a look and see. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll go ahead and just raid Mr. John Blow. So, um, what is his channel called again? Why did I? Oh, it's just J Blow. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Back. Wrong. That was a misclick. Not that. Will not be raiding a League of Legends streamer. Cool. Let us start the raid. Yeah, cool. See everyone tomorrow. Let us go.